Welcome to another episode of What's Your YL Story. I am so excited that you're here. Be sure to tune in all the way to the end of this interview. I'm excited today because I have Miss JacQuelyn that I'm interviewing. You're not going to want to miss this episode, and we will see you. Let's get into it. Hey, everybody. Welcome. Dana here at Oily Hair Boss, and I am super excited for another episode of What's Your YL Story. This is a series that is near and dear to my heart. I genuinely believe that more awareness needs to be brought around the health and wellness scene. I genuinely believe that many of us were blinded by traditions or the way we were raised or born. And so I am on a mission to really bring to you guys change makers that have experienced health and wellness, have a journey that they're on, and hopefully you will find someone that you resonate with or somebody that says something and you're like, I needed to hear that today. So please, if this is bringing you value and you're enjoying it, please like, comment, subscribe. All of the replays are going to be up on the YouTube channel, DNA Wellness. And I would love to see you guys there. So without further ado, I'm super excited to have Miss JacQuelyn with me today. Miss JacQuelyn, can you go ahead and introduce yourself to those that are watching that may not know who you are?
Well, hello, everyone. Thank you, Dana, for having me on. My name is JacQuelyn, and most friends call me Jackie, so you're welcome to as well. I am at purposely.oiled on Instagram, where I am moving into the space of what I call conscious care coaching or mentorship through the use of essential oils. Essential oils have changed my life when it comes to being conscious of the way that I do life as a woman and a wife and a mother. And I hope to share that with others I encounter. So thank you for having me.
I love that. Look, so you mentioned that you're a mother. How many
children? I have 3 little people, 6, 1, and 2. And those last 2 came within the last 2 years.
fun. And so I do want to emphasize that to you guys. So if you're watching and you have little ones, well, you're not alone.
No.
And I love chatting with. So for me, when I was introduced to Young Living, my son was about a year old, and honestly and truthfully, I wish that like Young Living was really a part of our lives, like through my pregnancies and like even beyond that. Now I'm grateful that I had it for the time period that I have. He's now 9, but I definitely am like, I'm jealous of all your mamas that can get this information before.
It was a blessing. I loved the Betsy Bosom book for moms. Oh, it was so helpful. Helpful.
Yes, I like that one too. It's funny. Yes. I know there's that one, and then the Gentle Baby, and I actually love Betsy Bosom too. I think she does a really good job. Period. Like that one, and then her oils in the bedroom and stuff. Like she does an excellent job of really just breaking down. And then all of the, I'm a researcher, so I like the figures and facts and stuff like that. So I really think she breaks it down good for those mommies out there. So make sure y'all get a copy.
Yes. I decided against Gentle Babies only because I had already subscribed to Betsy's there's oils in the bedroom. So I was like, let me just keep that thing going. That's the only reason why. I was like, well, I'm gonna just stick with this author.
Totally get it. So how were you introduced to Young Living? How did Young Living come into you and your family's life?
So I was introduced to Young Living through a friend at church. I actually don't know how she got into it, but she was introduced by another friend as well. And so she introduced me to it, and I have a background in nursing. I went to nursing school, graduated, all the things, and started working as a nurse. But when she was telling me that you can use oils for like different I don't want to say diagnoses, but different ailments or symptoms that you may be experiencing, I was like, tell me more. And then I started going to parties with her and just seeing people's stories change and being like, oh, I want to be a part of that too. So just because I have a background in nursing, and then, being that there's another way to do health and wellness, like, tell me more. I'm listening. That's how
Yeah,
that started.
I love it. So how long have you been in Young Living then? Just curious.
So my husband gifted me my premium starter kit in December of 2015. And that is when the world changed for me. Because I mean, I kind of like, so December 2015, I was introduced, well, I think it was just all of 2015. I was like, should I get a kid? Should I not? And then I was telling my husband about it, how I really wanted it. And he was like, you should just get it. But I was like, I don't know. And so December, he got it for me for Christmas. But then in 2016 of February, that's when, like, things hit the fan and it got real. We were pregnant at the time when he bought the kit, and then in February we found out that I wasn't going to be able to keep the baby because I was started to go into labor preterm. And so that whole situation played out, and he did not make it. Our first baby did not make it. And so you can imagine, like, being a newlywed, being pregnant for the first time, and then walking through the loss of your first baby and all the hopes and dreams that go into that, and emotions as well. And I just was not handling it well. I don't know who would, but that just for me, I was not handling it well. And because of my background in nursing, everybody just kept saying, well, we'll write you a prescription, no problem. It'll help you deal with it. It'll help you, get through the day. And so I know what it looks like for people to be on antidepressants, and how hard it can be to, like, get off of antidepressants. And so I was like, well, I don't necessarily know if I want to take that route, because I've seen it play out in other people. And so I went to Pinterest and I was like, I don't know, Xanax and essential oils. I don't even remember what I searched. But I came across what was labeled then as like liquid Xanax in essential oils. And it was a blend of 5 oils, but I had just gotten my kit. So I only had 2 of them, which was Stress Away and Lavender. And so um, I opened those 2 and I put them on, and I was like, oh, I feel a little bit better today, and I was like, oh, this, okay, all right. And then the next day, I was like, maybe it was just, placebo effect. I don't know if it
Mhm.
was really working. And I did not put any oils on that day. And it was back to the highs and lows of what my days were looking like. And the all the emotions and the dry heaving, and it was a mess. And so I was like, okay, I'm not gonna miss these oils. So I'm looking for my oils in the moment, but at that point for me it was like too late. Like I wanted it to happen immediately, but I was already riding the wave. And so the next day I was like, oh no, I am not skipping these oils. I'm putting them on, and that's gonna be that. And so from that day forward, I just put Stress Away and Lavender on my feet every morning, because I didn't know where else to put them. I put them on my feet every morning and on my chest. And that was when I was able to start my healing. Because for me, when your emotions are all over the place, you aren't able to heal because you can't hear nothing. You're in survival mode. You're not able to receive and move forward. And so the oils were that for me. They were able to help me calm down and focus on healing and grieving well. Um, so yeah, that's how it started for me.
Wow, I didn't even know all of that. I think that's amazing.
Mhm.
Like that's your connection and your story. And granted, as you're watching and listening, definitely, reach out if you guys have more questions, more
Yeah.
specifically about those things.
Hmm.
Because obviously not everybody's experience is going to be the same.
Right.
Um, your story is beautiful because it really does give some inspiration for others that might be out there. I am a strong advocate, and I say this all the time. I believe that medicine has its place, absolutely. Um,
100%.
but I also feel like it's one of those things that medicine originally designed when nothing else was working, right?
Yep.
And sometimes we jump to that first and we haven't even got to the root cause of what's going on. And so then you get to a place that once you're not on it or something happens, then you're right back to where you started because we
Yeah.
haven't addressed whatever the core of the issue was.
Right.
So I love that. I
Mhm.
was listening to something and it kind of had like this analogy, like if you take all the smoke detectors out of your home and you have a fire, it doesn't
Yeah.
negate that there's no fire. It just never
Right.
alarmed, right?
Yeah.
And in our anxiety, our depression, like some of those things are those smoke detectors. They're
Yes.
alarming us that there's something wrong, right?
Yes.
But if we just cover over it, unfortunately, like it doesn't go away. You're
Right.
still on fire, honey.
Yes. Yes. I often even share that with people I come in contact with, like, to be aware of those triggers, be aware of those alarm systems, because it's your body saying, hey, this needs to be addressed.
Yes.
I think, we for sure have been numb to, like, and technology makes it easy. I can just scroll if I don't want to think about it. I can just binge on Netflix if I don't want to think about it. But pay attention to those alarms, because that's one of the ways that I've known that that's how the Lord speaks to you. Like, that's something that he wants to heal. And so if he'll only heal it if you reveal it. So
Ooh, I like that. I
that's
like that.
that.
So, what are some of the obstacles you faced in your young living journey? And this can be, well, actually, I'll just leave it like that. So, I'll see how you
Okay.
answer this question.
Okay. Obstacles that I faced, um, honestly have been probably like business related.
Okay.
Um, Only because, like, well, maybe not, maybe more so on the business as far as like mindset goes. But obstacles of being like, also because essential oils are natural, but the way we've been taught medicine, people can also use essential oils like medicine instead of like a preventative, or a maintenance or a routine way of using essential oils. So I guess that would be an obstacle of people being like, well, I only need um, stress away if, well, maybe that's not a good one. I only need peppermint if I have headaches. But you can also use peppermint for stomach issues or to curb your appetite, or I love that the oils have multiple uses. Because we do think, like, with medicine, it's like, oh no, there's only one thing for this one thing, or only that works for this, and only that kind of thing. But just kind of like teaching and changing mindsets around, like, these are plants and they're alive and your body's alive, and so that they communicate with one another, and that's not how over the counters work. um, and so that like shifting that mindset, but then also in like the business realm, I guess some people are like, what, how do I share, like, accepting or understanding that this is a lifestyle and not just another, I don't want to say, but this is a lifestyle. I'll just say that it comes naturally, and people, I share often that, like, when you go to the movies or you go to a restaurant and you see a good movie, or you have this really great dish at this restaurant, you're gonna tell your friends. Such is the same with oils for me. Like, let me tell you how these changed my life. And that's, it just happens that you get to build a business out of that. So
Yeah. I
yeah.
think one of the things that I am celebrating and I'm excited about
Hmm.
is I can't remember how, if we're, I think you're younger than me, but I can't remember how much younger than me you are. But so I will just group myself. So in my generation, right,
Yeah.
we are the in between generation, right? So
Yeah.
we have all the social platforms, we know how to use all the social platforms, and we understand everything and how it works. But we also grew up in the age of like marketing and when
Yes.
it comes to ads and things like that. Whereas I
Hmm.
feel like the generations behind me are entering a season of influencer marketing, affiliate
Yes.
marketing, where things like, to me, even social selling and multi-level marketing don't have as bad of a negative taste, only
Hmm.
because that's how they create anyways. They're like,
Yeah.
well, I'm more likely to buy this lip gloss because this influencer that I follow
Right.
recommended this lip gloss, right? And
Hmm.
so
Hmm.
to your point, I feel like sometimes I have a challenge, especially in my own like age bracket because I'm like trying to explain it and they're like, if we got a yucky taste about multi-level marketing, like the products
Yeah.
can't be great if I can't just go to Whole Foods or like my local
Right.
and get it
Hmm.
or whatnot. So I definitely can see how that can be a challenge.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I faced it a little bit too.
Yeah.
But if you're tuning in, we just want to let you know, like, try it, try it, try it, try
Try it. Yes.
it. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Quality matters. And I know for me, I would not be advocating or promoting anything that
Nope.
I have firsthand experience and it has not worked.
Yes. Yes. That's why I wasn't successful in any other I don't know if they're multi, but direct sales, because I wasn't using the product.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't use this stuff, but I needed the money. So, it's like, oh no. Mm-mm. If you don't believe in it, if I don't believe in it, then I'm not telling you about it. So
Yeah.
just try it.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
So we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will chat a little bit more about what I saw, my story. But before we get into that, I just want you to really know, maybe you are at a space when you're like, I know I need to make some health changes. I know I need to make some transformations, but it just seems too hard. I get it. I was there and I totally understand. I have a bundle for you, and it's the Get Motivated bundle. You will find it in the show notes. This bundle is all about setting intentions and your mindset. It is a set of oils that are really, really going to help you hone in on how to start with your motivation. As soon as you purchase it, I will send you a download, a free guide that's going to walk you through step by step exactly how to use that bundle and how you can stay just a little bit more motivated when you are trying to make these small little health changes step by step by step. I truly believe that essential oils are the most powerful way to reset and correct when it comes to mindset, when it comes to challenges with our emotions and attitude. So check that out. You will absolutely enjoy it. And I can't wait to be your guide. Be sure to let me know which bundle you choose. I will also have a few other bundles that just for the changing season, you might actually also enjoy. But with that, back to the show. So now, what things would you like to change, or would you want someone to be aware of when it comes to young living?
Ooh. I don't know. I think it ties into my what I've already said. Just give the lifestyle a chance. Um, it's hard to take control of your wellness when you've been taught that, like, oh, I go to the doctor for this, or I go and or this is the way we've always done whatever that thing is. But to make a conscious decision to change the way you do things can be hard, but change is a good thing. You can do hard things, and that's okay. Like, you can go against the grain and it be a good thing. It can turn out to be a good thing. I am proof of that in every way. I'm proof of that. I'm from Flint, Michigan, and I was all about, the straight hair, the doobie, the wraps, and all of the Bath and Body Works stuff. And now you won't catch me close to a Bath and Body Works store. I'm growing my own veggies, and I got locks in my hair. The complete opposite, but it's been amazing. It's been an amazing time. Yeah.
And so, just from the perspective of, let's say, we want to attract more of our demographic, we want to attract
Hmm.
more people that look like us.
Yeah.
If you could write a letter to Young Living, say, hey,
Hmm.
Young Living, this is what I think would help attract more of
Ooh,
us, what would you say in that letter?
that is a good question. What would I say in that letter? I think we need to see more of us, um, not only in the marketing, but in real time, because you can get graphics from anywhere. When I see a graphic from anywhere, I'm like, is that really your people or no? Like, is this a card stock, or, are these your real people? So, doing more to have us represented. Um, and I know because even the thought came to me, I was on another call and we talked about this as well. But we have to think about like is there a lot of us in Utah? I don't know. Like, is it really all on Young Living? I don't know. But yeah, I think it would do a world of good for us to see someone else in corporate um, doing the things,
Yeah.
being who we desire to be, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I love that. I
Yeah.
love it, love it, love it. So, and you kind of touched on this a little bit, but I would love for you to kind of expound and elaborate a little bit more. But what
Mhm.
advice would you give to those just starting in their journey? And when we talk about this journey, whether you take this from the perspective of just health and wellness, or maybe you want to like tickle in someone's ear to try the business portion or
Yeah.
whatnot, what would you tell them if they're just starting out?
If they're just starting out, I would say go all in. Don't give yourself an out. Because usually, if you give yourself an out, you'll take it.
Yeah.
So I would encourage you to just go all in and that let Young Living be the thing that you choose for every area in your home, because I think there's a greater testimony there. Because if you're like, oh well, I still use my whatever on the side, then it's your witness is kind of bruised, if that makes sense. So just go all in. Don't look back. Don't give yourself an out. Try it, because I mean, my word is, it means whatever to you. But if you try it, the people that you're connected to, they trust you. They trust that you have tried it. It worked for you. So they believe it'll work for them. And so if you try it, then you just say, hey, to your friend, you should try this too. It'll be a domino effect of everybody just trying it and then their life being changed because of it.
Very, very nice. Love
Yeah.
it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. And would you say that's how you feel even like just trying the business portion? Like if people wanted to dabble their toes into that, just try it, go
I
all
would
in?
say so. I
Okay.
would say so, because the thing is with this, because of this business is an entrepreneurial space, and that was hard for me because I come from nursing. If you tell me, what hurts, I can tell you how to fix it, and I can, be hired to do the same, Monday through Friday. But with the business portion, you have to treat it like a business. Even though you don't have a boss, you are your own boss. So you have to show up for you. You have to make promises to yourself and keep those promises to yourself, and know that the outcomes are on you. So if you're not making the money that you desire to, if you're not creating the community that you desire, or if you don't have, whatever it is that you were looking for this bit to pursue this business for, the outcome is a direct result of the work that you've put in. So yeah, that was a hard pill for me to swallow. Like, oh, what? Excuse me? I'm responsible? And it's like, yeah, you are. Yes, you absolutely are.
Yeah, I love that. And you had mentioned it when you introduced yourself, but just for emphasis, if you can let people know where can they connect and follow you, if they want to ask more questions, where's the best places to find where you hang out?
I love Instagram. So I am at I'm always hanging out on Instagram. I am I would spell it, but it's mom brain over here, y'all. So purposely dot oiled on Instagram is where I usually hang out. I'm usually there all the time in my stories and sharing all the inspiration and nature loving and harvest from my garden and just the beauty of nature.
Love it, love it, love it, love it.
Yeah.
So, have you ever attended a Young Living convention?
No, but I bought my ticket for the YL30 because I'm like, I'm not missing it. There will be no FOMO next year. I'm
Love
so
it.
excited to go next year. There will be no FOMO. I will be in the building.
Nice, 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 nice. And so, with that, in the past, what kind of held you back from attending? Like, what was some of your objections or kept you from attending in person?
What kept me from attending in person? Mm, do I want to say I was like, well, I don't have anybody to go with.
Okay.
Um, my friends who do young living with me, like they're like, sure, I'll go with you. But when it comes to like, okay, the early bird ticket, they're like, oh, and you just, it's the mindset of like, okay, this is an investment, or is this like, oh, whoa, this is
Yeah.
too much money to spend on a ticket. So it's working through the mindset, and maybe I had some of that too, because I've been to the virtual convention and it just wasn't the same. I had it's just not. I felt the energy. I loved being there, but you know how when you experience something like so cool and it's so energetic and so magnetic, you want to share it with other people. And so I was like, I'm not going. Ain't nobody going with me. So, you know, but this year, I don't care if I'm going by myself. My people will be there, so it's fine. It's fine.
I will say, so I've gone to every single convention in person that was in person since I started Young Living.
Really?
Except last year, I only went virtual. And actually, the only reason I did have my convention ticket, the only reason I only did virtual for the 2023 is just simply because I had a lot of family members having some health challenges where I needed to be closer to home. And I 100% like, and I always start with the fact that I am introverted and I
Yeah.
suffer from social anxiety. So the thought of being with a whole lot of people is very,
Yeah.
very overwhelming. But whether you are just interested in knowledge for your family and wellness, or you're really trying to build a business, Young Living Convention has a little bit of something for everyone.
That's
And
awesome.
the most powerful moments I had, and this is across the board from convention, are the conversations I had in the hallways. The
Mm.
I had with other people where I'm looking like, is that person like I'm looking at this person, I'm like, you look normal and like and like you're a diamond and like there people are just so like laid back, like you can talk to anybody, like you will never find more happy. I mean, granted, everybody's high on oils, right? So, but like you
Yeah.
will never find happy, just helpful, loving people in one area. And it's almost like
Yeah.
that I'm like, I agree with you. Everybody needs to go to convention.
Yeah.
At some point, even if you're like, again, I don't really care about the business. I have no desire to build a business. This is a trip that you will never forget. And I
Yeah.
promise you that. I would have never thought that Utah is actually like a place I want to visit.
Yeah.
I would have never thought that, but it is, and I look forward to it every single year. I also already
Oh,
have my ticket for next year, so you will not be alone. I will,
yes.
and my goal this for next year actually is I'm renting out a house, so
Okay.
I want to fill up the house. I want us to have like all that good energy and really, really just kind of
Yes.
experience not only convention but also experience Utah because I actually believe it's a beautiful place.
Oh, wonderful. Put me on the list for the house, girl.
Will do, will do, will do, will do. So,
Oh,
is there
that's awesome.
yes. So, is there anything else that we didn't touch on that you want to leave with the people, or you
Hmm.
want to chat about, or say?
No, I think I shared it all. I think I shared it all. If anybody does have questions, please reach out to me. I am very happy to help and happy to have conversations and be asked why or, or how, you know.
Yes.
Yeah. I did a lot of work so people didn't have to.
I love it. Yes, 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 yes. Well, thank you for sitting down with me again. I appreciate each and every one of you guys tuning in. Please share
Yes.
this far and wide. I love, love, love again doing this, sitting it down with some change makers. And we will see you on the next episode of What's Your YL Story. Take care and have a good one. Bye,
Bye.
guys.